Hi, it's Thursday. That means it's Vlog Thursday, and it also means there's a crap ton of wind. It's going to dive down to negative a billion degrees tonight, and people are grinding shit over there, because of course they are. This week I looked into it, and the museum that I had wanted to go to for a long time in Brantford is actually closed now, because, really sadly, the guy who runs it died in his mid-40s. I think he was 46. That's really sad. So yeah, I looked into it further because I was pretty sure this was the only place I was aware of with an example of the Unisys Icon computer. That's a computer they had in Ontario and I think other areas in Canada. The Minister of Education in the 80s made a mandate for Canada to have computers that would be up to a certain standard. Oh my god, so much noise. And so there was a computer designed, they called it the Bionic Beaver. We designed our own computers to hold up to those standards. And it's kind of like the BBC Micro standards, except maybe a little bit further. They were phenomenally good computers for the early 80s. And they kept being used and upgraded until like the mid-90s, when in Canada, the archives refused to keep them. What the fuck are you doing, man? Some guy on a tractor. Sorry, I'm filming on the day that you're doing your work. Can I get away from the noise now? Now can I have quiet? No? Okay. Anyway, so we designed computers in Canada for schools to a fairly high standard. And they were very robust and durable. They had a lot of features that other computers didn't have. And yeah, initially Canadians worried, are these things going to even be good enough? And after that they quickly said, shouldn't we be buying cheaper computers? So anyway, this one lone example that I knew of Unisys Icon, or otherwise known as ChemCore, it apparently was sold off like 2 years ago. This guy died in 2018, so that's sad. I'm never going to get to see one, maybe. Not again, anyway. Oh, that construction guy made me miss part of the story. So the Canadian government and the archives refused to keep any copies of it. I think there was some concerns over student privacy, so they destroyed basically all of the old software. So a few collectors held on to some. Collectors held on to some examples, but there are very few examples of the Icon available anymore. And anytime they go up for sale, I'm pretty sure that they get sold. So I'm kind of sad that I won't be able to get to see that in like a museum setting anymore. I'm hoping somebody archives all the software that they can find, and somebody makes an attempt to map out how they were built, so that we might be able to, preserve some of this stuff for future generations. I had an idea that maybe I should make a video about this stuff. I started collecting images and stuff like that, and I was going to do like a more robust history video on the Unisys Icon, if I could get enough information. Thing is, I've got so many things on my plate, so either if it might take a long time to actually gather resources and do it, or, I might let someone else do it, because I've got so many projects and I always come up with more projects. It's always a problem, right? So, I mean, on one hand, I think if I don't do it, maybe no one will. And then this history will be like lost on old forums and stuff like that nobody reads. And I kind of want more people to know about it. And I want there to be more information about it. LGR did a pretty good video. but it was just like a footnote. There's barely any information for him to use, to be fair. So, yeah, I can provide more contextual knowledge because I grew up with this stuff. They taught us programming on it. There was a built-in programming language for teachers that you didn't actually program. You used a graphical interface to design lessons that included hypertext to link to other lessons. It was incredibly advanced for the time. This was a time when people had like a Spectrum, not a Spectrum, the Sinclair ZX, Z80, or like, you know, the Atari computers, and like maybe the TRS-80 Coco 2, like really, really rudimentary computers. The Apple II was out, and it is very, very basic compared to what we had in Ontario and Canada for our schools. So it might be good to preserve some of that information. In other news, things are going pretty well. People are exercising. Things are going pretty well with HRT and stuff like that. I'm starting to see some results. Still stealth at work, you know, but yeah, I feel great, and I feel happy and content, and it's so much better than just not doing something about it. So I'm so happy that I'm working on that. As for streaming, which is the subject of my last video, I have been streaming. I haven't been streaming computer stuff because I haven't been working on computer stuff. Victoria and I found a table. It looks like it's from the 70s maybe. And it was a little rusty in any of the metal parts. And yeah, it needed some paint. So we worked on that, and I just set up my laptop, like a cheap laptop with a webcam, and I streamed that. So I'm working on doing the streaming of personal projects, and I think I'll keep it up. So if I am doing stuff on the computer, I'll stream. Or if I'm doing stuff that's more hands-on, fixing stuff around the house or whatever, I might just turn my laptop on. And I'm streaming at mixer.com/EEEBIL. And yeah, that's where it'll be. And I'm going to keep working on stuff. Still got the idea of making a platformer on the horizon. So I'll probably do more of a brainstorming session. I kind of did one. I tried to draw, and I don't know if you saw it, but the drawings were terrible because I haven't done it in months. Yeah, so I'm just going to keep working on making designs for that, and we'll see where it goes. Anyway, that's all for today. I hope you have a fantastic Thursday, and bye for now.